URL filtering dot palo alto networks.com. URL filtering. Okay. This is the URL. So what would happen if you go to there? See that whatever the what are the URL? I don't know. Even Facebook.com. I don't know. If URL is not working, okay, in your offices, okay. So that particular URL you need to put here. Test aside. Put here. I'm not a robot and search. Okay. It will let you know the category. See that social networking. Facebook.com belongs to social networking. Descriptions, example sites, okay, and even they have given the risk, low risk description, whatever it is. Okay, so guys, make sure if your URL is not categorized, so we need to go there. Just like you are testing a site. If your URL is not there, it will give you one link here only, where you will just go like log in there, and you will just submit your URL and just ask them to please categorize it. They will take a 2 days, 4 days, 5 days of time, and they will categorize it, okay, accordingly. So that's what you need to know. Okay. Now come. We can search about which that URL falling in the which categories. Okay. If suppose I'm just taking one example, guys. I don't know. Suppose like bandhanbank.com. We know that it belongs to the banking, okay, banking and finance. But could be wrongly, I'm taking one example. Could be wrongly Palo Alto has added him some kind of malicious and some other categories. Well, what you guys will do? You need to submit. You need to log in. Definitely, if you have a Palo Alto device, you will have a login. Log into that and just submit your URL and just ask them to recategorize it. If it is not categorized, or if it is wrong categorized, just ask them to recategorize it. Okay. So they are very smart guys. They will check. They will take 2-4 days time and they will recategorize, and they will correctly categorize with the correct category. It would happen. If your URL is not even categorized, you can ask him to categorize. They will do that. Okay. And if you want to search for which category that particular URL is belongs, you can even do that, like youtube.com. Okay. It will fall into some kind of streaming media. Definitely. See that streaming media. So likewise, you can search any of the URL which category those are belonging actually. Okay. So that many of URL are there. So you can create your own. Like I'm creating a name. Okay, URL filtering. So it's all belong, guys. You can create a multiple of a URL filtering. Actually, one is not enough, because once you create a multiple URL, you need to be assigned to some of the specific users. Okay, or some of the specific policies. Okay, URL filtering policy. So that's how actually that is very, very important, and that is a very easily you can handle it. Choose the category and just allow and block whatever that you want to do. Okay, that's it. What is the next? URL settings. URL settings is nothing. Actually, we don't have a I have tried that. Actually, what Wireshark is not working. If your Wireshark is working, so actually what will happen? It will give you a header, HTTP header stuff. What is user agent? So in the packet capture, it will show you user agent means what, which browser you are using. So browser information, whatever, you will get it from here. Okay, what is referrer, guys? If you select it, what is referrer? This is important. What is referrer? If you select it, so like if you unselect it, what would happen? So like you are into the LinkedIn. In the LinkedIn, suppose they have given a Facebook link. It means that I'm a guy. I'm at my LinkedIn, and I'm also at my Instagram. Suppose so. At my LinkedIn, if I'm telling that if you want to view me or see me at the Instagram, just click on that whatever that URL. So it will redirect it to the some other URL, right? Like Facebook to Instagram, or YouTube to Instagram, or YouTube to WhatsApp, whatever it is. So those things actually belongs to the referrer. It is a referrer website. It will refer to one from one website to the other websites. Okay. So it's all depend on the, okay, if you want to select it, it will able to actually do that. If you want, it won't be. Okay. What is X forwarder? X forwarder is nothing. It's like sometimes your even firewall. What happened that URL like for the proxy settings. Okay. It's nothing. Because my firewall is working as a proxy. That's it. For the X forwarded, it's for the proxy settings. Those information actually we will get at the HTTP header login. That's it. What is user credential detection? Okay, if you want to first either disable or either you want to detect use IP user mapping. Okay, what is like LDAP? LDAP is what, like AD integrations. If AD is integration with your profile, with your Palo Alto, so we know that even the specific user, like you log in with your username. Okay, so even the username has their own map with the IP. So those kind of information we will get it. Okay, user based information. Which user has like which user map with the which IP. So like if you blocked one IP, or even if you allow that user, so you will just map it like one user. We will, because all AD user have their own. What is not happening? So it's you use IP. Okay, So likewise, if I select it, use IP user mapping. So there is asking for the severity level. So which severity level I need to provide? I don't know. Okay, it open. It's very slow right now. So that's the severity level. Okay, we can select it from here. It's not coming anyway. So it's slow. I don't know why it's slow right now. Okay. Okay. There is a severity level, guys, like a medium, critical, which we have learned yesterday, right? The same things actually. Why? Why it is not giving me? Anyway, if you come to the HTTP header insertion, HTTP header insertion is kind of a HTTP header attack. Okay, so it's kind of attack. Okay, so if someone has tried to put some kind of attack or hacker some put the malicious stuff to the HTTP header, so those how we can filter it and block it. Those information actually there. Okay, so like if I click on it, it's not coming. Anyway, wait for a while. One minute. So like here, if you click on it, there's a lots of option. Okay, so HTTP header insertion is not for one. It is not much important. That's for the even attack of a domain based attack. If someone doing a domain based attack like a Google stuff, okay, so those things we can protect it. That is not much because we have already blocking everything at the category. Okay, so if you learn what is HTTP, see, HTTP header injection is kind of a specific case of a more generic category of attacks. It's called CRLF injection. Okay, if the attacker is able to inject a CRLF sequence like a carriage, return, and line feed into the response, they're able to add various fake entries or change existing data, not just header, but even the entire response body. So those kind actually we can protect it from the header. So what is LDAP you are asking? LDAP is what? What is LDAP? We will learn actually. It's in our back. Like, AD, Active Directory, guys. What would happen? Active Directory, yeah, like it's creator. If you walk in your office, there is a one username created for you, right? Username. Definitely in your office, there is a one username created for you. So whatever the username has created, that is called the active. All the information of a username are there in the AD. AD means what? Active Directory. Or nowadays we used to say LDAP. LDAP. The port number is even 636, and one is 389. Yeah, and even 636. These two TCP is a port number 38966 because I have allowed most of the times in my offices. Okay. So username. So if AD is integrated to your firewall, so that username actually you will log in. If you log into any like this is your PC, so you can log into your username. Okay. And once you try to access anything, I no need to block or allow anything with your IP. No, whatever the IP of your PC, I don't care. I will just put your username, whatever the username you have. With the help of username, I will either allow anything or block anything. Like I can create a policy in the firewall with the help of username only, right? So that's what here actually mapping username I'm getting it. For this specific username, even I want to allow facebook.com or any of the URL, or either I will block any of the URL. Okay, so user based. Okay, so like any of the username we can create specific rules and policy, not even with the help of IPs, even with the help of username, we can create a policy. Okay. So there is a one thing you can see that inline ML, machine learning. So that is by default block, like phishing detection. So it will actually learn machine learning. Okay, like my firewall has an intelligence, it will learn like the machine learning engine to dynamically identify credentials phishing pages. If any kind of credential phishing pages. So like if you're going to some of the phishing URL would be there, and if you try to click on it, your firewall has some kind of intelligence, it will block it. Action is blocked. Even some kind of JavaScript exploit detection, if you find some kind of URL which is actually have a JavaScript exploit detection, what it does, it will block it. Okay, so those kind, even you can see that I'm not getting, even if you want to allow any of the URL, custom URL which is actually blocking by the phishing and anything, you can do it by the ad, but I'm not getting it. Is gray. Could be it doesn't have a license, could be that's why. You can allow it for the exceptions URL category here. Either if you want to allow, like you have blocked a category, okay, some of the categories is blocked, and okay, like abortions, abuse, drug, whatever, it is all blocked. But for one of the user, actually all of the condition is what? One of the user, his streaming media is blocked. everything blocked, every streaming media is blocked, but you need to allow the youtube.com for him. What you will do, go to the custom objects and URL category. Here we can create a one specific URL, whether you want to allow or block it. Custom URL based, we can create it. Like I want to allow YouTube. Okay, YouTube. So see that there is a two option, either URL list, just direct put the URL name, youtube.com, whatever. Okay, or either there is a one more thing, category match, or either you want to allow a category. If you do that category match, guys, sorry, I will get all the category. Okay, options. So likewise, either you want to allow the category, okay, but instead of category, we can allow category from there itself, right? Okay, so I don't want to go for the category. I want to allow the URL. So I just want to allow youtube.com. Okay, I just allow youtube.com. That's it. Quite slow. Anyway, so if you create the URL like that, okay, if you want, so I'm not allowing anything. I just created the URL based one of the, like match is what, youtube.com, where we can put it. Okay, that is, if you go to the URL filtering, there you need to create a policy. Okay, and then if you want to allow it, like I want to create a new policy, like, okay, add, and I want to create a URL filtering. Okay, guys, and see that there all are the predefined category are there, but my custom URL category are there. Okay, I want to allow that, and rest all everything I want to block it. Suppose anyway, whatever it is, streaming media I want to block it, whatever, but I want to allow youtube.com. If I'll select it, that's it. Just I need to assign this URL policy to one of the policy where you want to allow it. So all would be the block, but that even the streaming media will be blocked. No need to worry. Your YouTube is going to the block. So like how even your, suppose alcohol and tobacco, suppose abuse drugs, even auctions, if all other categories are blocked, but if you want to allow specific based URL, you can allow it from here. Then see that it is bypassing the categories, right? If you allow bb.com, so that is not going to check the categories because it is already allowed, okay, in the above. So that is going to work. Okay, so that's how you can create the URL.